there, lovelies. So I'm going to start off by saying that I'm really, really annoyed because I made this video without my mic being on, and you could hardly hear it. And the reason I'm annoyed is I'm going to be talking about the the haunting, if you like, of this house, because I know loads of you have asked about it, and I did do a video a while back and it accidentally got deleted, but so I thought I'll do another one. Now the reason I'm annoyed is I did a whole video without the mic, so you could hardly hear it, and something happened on the video. The whole room went really dark, inexplicably. I mean, it's a sunny day. I've had to draw the curtains to keep some of the light out, and it went really strange. So what I wanted to talk about was this, that I've lived here for almost 20 years, and we hadn't been moved in long, just maybe a couple of months, and I was outside in the garden, and this woman appeared in the garden, and she said, "I hope you don't mind me coming up, over." She said we were passing and I wanted to take some pictures at the cottage because I used to live here years ago, and she was the first wife of the person that we bought this place from. He was married 3 times, I think, and she was his first wife. And they had got divorced, and she had moved to America and married a pilot in the American Air Force, and they were back here in Cornwall on holiday. And she knew someone that lived in the cottage up the lane, and this old lady that lived up there. Now I'm an old lady, but she's even older than I am. So they were visiting her, and she was saying, "Look, I'm going to go down and take some pictures of the cottage." And the woman said, "Oh yeah." She said, "Well, you know about all the legend of the cottage, don't you?" And this lady said, "No, what legend?" She said, "Oh yeah." She said, "Well, years ago, when I was a young girl," she said, all the people in the village, they used to say, 'Stay away from that cottage. Don't go near that cottage,' to the children. And apparently all the kids were scared of this cottage. And the parents said, 'Whatever you do, don't go in there. Don't talk to anybody from down there,' or anything like that." And she said, "Why? What was that?" She said, "Well, because years ago, now we don't know how many years ago, but I'm thinking in the 1920s, for some reason. So years ago, there was a young girl that lived here, and she was called Susan. And she, I have to be careful how I put this because of YouTube, but she committed S. And she was a young girl, and I think she hung herself in the cottage. And anyway, so the cottage is reputed to be very haunted by Susan. So she was telling me all this, and I said, "Well, that counts for," we thought it was, I don't know, we thought it was a spirit, like a ghost, but we didn't know of what. And because right from when we moved in, when we went to bed, there was as if somebody sat on the end of the bed, and both of us felt it, both felt that. And we also went, and it stayed for a few seconds, a heavy weight on the bottom of the bed. And then as the weight lifted, you heard a whoosh, a whoosh. So anyway, I'm telling this story now, and the room hasn't altered. Like the lighting in the room now hasn't altered like it did before. So that is odd. And I thought, oh, I hope she doesn't mind me talking about her. When I was editing this video, I realised there were two light flashes in the room when I was talking about Susan. Anyway, did you see it? So, and the lady that lived here before, she said, we had the same thing. She said, but we had the latch, it was an old-fashioned latch on the wooden door. And she said we heard as it left the room, we heard the latch click. And we hadn't heard a latch. It's just this whoosh sound. So anyway, what I did was, I'm married again now, my third husband, and we still have that. My husband's American, and he feels it as well. And we didn't know what it was till now, and we still don't know, but we think it's Susan trying to draw attention. And so what I did was, I got this lovely statue, and it's an angel. I put a picture of it on the screen, and I made a little memorial garden for Susan. And ever since, it's been a lot quieter, until recently. And Susan's moving around again. She's mooching about. But anyway, and another thing that happened, I'll tell you another thing. Another weird thing that happened was that I was here on my own before I got married to Bill. And Bill was in America, and I was here. And I made YouTube videos, and so did Bill. And we did music videos. We both play guitar. And we made music videos, and I sing. And I was making videos where I was singing, and playing guitar, folk songs and what have you. Ballads and mainly things like that. And I was putting them on YouTube, and then Bill was doing the same thing. Him and his friend, they both played guitar and sang country music, and he was putting stuff on. So, he subscribed to me and I subscribed to him, and before you knew where you were, we were chatting on, email then it was, and things like that. And anyway, well, I was making this video this night, and I was in this room, and I was at the other side of this room, where the chaise longue is and the fireplace. And I was sitting down on the couch there, and I had the laptop in front of me, and I was making this video, and I was looking at the laptop, and all of a sudden, this thing flew by me, and I saw it, and it was sort of like quick, and it was a biggish thing, and when I slowed the thing down, and on the video, I actually say, I stop, and I say, oh, you're kidding me. It just came out, because I saw this thing, and I thought, oh no, what's this? And when I slowed it down on the video, it sort of looked like a frog or a soft toy, quite big, about, the size of my fist, my hand, like that. Well, about 4 inches by 4, quite big. Not like, it couldn't be a dust particle or anything like that. It was big. It was like a soft toy being chucked, thrown. And I thought, oh, Susan's about. It's Susan doing it. So anyway, so that was that. She's not. She didn't hit me or anything with it. It just flew by me. So yeah, so there you are. So that's another little strange thing. I've been asked lots of times about the stories, you know, connected to this cottage. And that is definitely one of them. Definitely. So anyway, so there we are. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And meanwhile, lots of love from the land of mist and legend. See you next time.